Hey there, campers. We're Chris and Elizabeth. We met as Game Wardens in North Carolina and have just spent 3 years living in Guam.
Oh my God!
Guided tours and curated experiences just aren't for us. We would rather take on the challenge of learning and often failing
Our boat has a giant hole in it.
at something new. So crack a can and take life not too seriously with us.
Welcome back to the channel. I'm Chris.
And I'm Elizabeth.
And we just had a succession of stress dreams last night in the parking lot of a Walmart because it is a very noisy place and you never know what's going on outside your camper. But we're headed to Baja, Mexico.
Yep, and we're currently in Calexico, so just across the border, about 20 minutes away.
Since a little quick recap, we're trying to make it from North Carolina down to Cabo San Lucas, or at least as far down to Baja as our money will take us on $4,000 that I cashed out of my retirement. So we have no budget or retirement wiggle room here. We filled up our water tanks.
We're filling up our water tank before we cross the border tomorrow morning. So it's been a process trying to find one of these filling stations and then getting quarters for these water refills, but we're managing.
We're getting ready to switch our dollars into pesos. We just bought our Baja bound insurance and we had it printed out at a Staples. And we topped off our propane at Tractor Supply. I think we have everything ready to go try and cross the border.
And we have no more shotgun shell ammunition inside the camper, so that's a plus.
Did a sweep of all ammunition and firearms, none left. So hopefully see you guys on the other side if nothing interesting happens before that. Let's go to Mexico.
It's happening!
Yep, and I just hope that we got all the bullets and stuff out of here before we cross this border.
Me and you're about to be in Mexico, hopefully.
Oh boy! Declare mas de 10,000. I can guarantee you we do not have $10,000. I wish we had $10,000 to declare, but we do not. Took a picture of me.
Did you look cute?
I always do. I always do a meet cute when I go to a new country.
Chris, what are these speed humps called in Spanish?
Topes.
There you go. We've been learning.
I've learned one Spanish word, tope. Oh, I also learned alto.
There you go. Pretty important. Okay, so we got pulled to the side, which is understandable because we have a motorcycle and a truck camper. They wanted to verify the VIN on the motorcycle to make sure it matched. And now Chris is letting them look through the camper. So we'll see.
Oh bother, it seems that with all the excitement, the ocean, the wind and the rain, that we seem to have muggled up all of our audio. It was unusable, so I, the narrator, will step in and explain to you that on our first day in Baja, we've become stuck in our vehicle and can't seem to get it into full low range. But here we are, rock bottom again, wind in the hair, wind amongst our sails, and we're going to try to get out of this situation. Here, once again, our affable protagonist, Christopher, seems to be brought to his knees, a familiar occurrence for him on this channel, explaining how the four-wheel drive will now slip easily into full low-range gear, which will help get them out of the sand if only they can recover the traction boards buried deep, deep beneath the sandy playa. Here, the female protagonist, Elizabeth, is explaining how she is in no way upset that Christopher has decided to drive on such soft sand the first day into Baja.
This.
and how well he's doing on getting the vehicle out, and how quickly this whole situation is going, and it is no way taking over an hour.
We're learning the hard way that I think you're supposed to tie a rope to these so you don't lose them when they get buried in the sand.
Yes, you do learn things the hard way, Christopher. If you can't tie down a job, an occupation, or an abode to live amongst, I don't think you can remember to tie down some traction boards, Christopher. On with your journey.
So we got unstuck. We got that out of the way.
If you missed any of that audio because it was super windy and gusty, basically we found this road on the Onyx off-road app, which we use stateside, and it actually works here in Mexico. We found this one called Seashell Beach, and it was a difficulty of 4 out of 10, so it looked really promising.
But it said don't go if it's muddy or if it's been raining. And lo and behold, we brought the rain with us. We've been nothing but sleeping in the rain for a week or two now. And we tried it in the rain in a heavy duty truck with a camper and a motorcycle in the front, and we got stuck almost immediately.
Yes.
We made it through the muddy part, and then we got stuck in the sand.
Yes.
Aired down the tires to 20 PSI all the way around, still stuck in the sand. Traction boards got out. Had a little issue where the truck didn't want to go in 4 low, so we took about 50,000 miles off that clutch's life getting out of there, but it works in 4 low now. But I think it was a big day for us. We crossed an international border, and we made it here. I think we're gonna hang out here for our first night in Baja. Not exactly beachfront, but it gives us time to pump up our tires. These big tires take forever to pump back up, especially with our little pump.
But otherwise it's still free camping, and it is in the middle of a desert. So
the only thing it cost us was 50,000 miles off of our clutch, and probably a few heartbeats out of me from being angry.
it's already begun. We watched a lot of videos on Baja, and they put booties on their dogs because of all of the different cacti and pokey things.
Yeah, I've already pulled a bunch out of her. She's pretty good about it. She's learned to
Avoid.
pick up her foot and let you pick it up and grab the stickers out. She kind of knows the deal already, so.
You have a pokey? Let me see the pokies. Let me see the pokies. Can you give me your paw? Let me see the pokies. Boop.
So I don't know why, but our little Vivair pump, it either overheats or eats these fuses, and I don't know why. If you use one of these pumps, I try to let it cool down, and I always have an issue when I hook this pump up with blowing fuses. So if you use one of these, what am I doing wrong? I don't know, but it loves to eat fuses, and we're on our last one, so that's not looking good. As long as we can get that little tire right there where it's not squished down so much and we can get on the interstate or on the pavement tomorrow, that's all we really need.
Now that we are kind of settled and in the middle of nowhere with no looky-loos, Chris and I are going to do a little bit of working out. We try to incorporate it about every day, at least a little bit. Him way more than me. But I am doing a challenge with my parents. We started January 1st. Started out with 10 push-ups the first day and add a push-up every day. And you try to, go as long as you can, all 365 days. So I think we're on 39 right now, and I want to hold up my end of the bargain because my mom and my dad are kicking butt. My mom has MS, so I'm super proud of her for pushing through and trying to increase her strength despite everything. So this is for you, Mom and Dad. I promise I'm doing them. Growing up, I did push-ups as punishment, and Chris actually did too. I guess that's what you get for having parents in the military. So I don't do the push-ups with the knees. I do the full form push-ups. Now my form knot might be the best once I get through some of these and my arms start giving out and my abs start giving out. But no knees for me. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Okay, 25. Few more. 34. 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, and one for good measure because I have to do it tomorrow anyway. 40. Okay. for you, Mom and Dad. I said I would.
All right, so Mona and I have been cooped up in a vehicle for a very long time, and we have not got to experience such grand landscape as this. And I think we both deserve to take a sprint in the desert with no people around, because that's all I've wanted to do for a very long time, is to have no people around and run as fast as I can, which is very slow in deep sand, and get some of these zoomies out. So me and Mona are gonna do just that. Do you see over in that direction over there? Do you see that direction over there? We're thinking about running a promotion on the channel. If you've watched this channel for any period of time, I've had multiple bad haircuts. Thinking about running a promotion on the channel for our Patreon donators, or anybody that donates in any way. If they would like to vote on my next haircut, nothing's off the table. From Malay to a bowl cut, the He-Man cut, just shave it all off. Has to be something we can do with scissors for free out in the desert. Have to be a donor, because otherwise I'm just going to get straight haters making me shave something ridiculous on the side of my head or something. But
If you pay, then you get the ridiculous.
yeah, if you pay, then you're probably for real, no cap. So
Think of the possibilities of a haircut. No limits.
leave it in these comments though, for sure. Like, subscribe, head on over to Patreon, check out the merch, but just think about what kind of cool haircuts there could be.
After working out, Chris is gonna take a little nappy poo because I think he got even worse sleep than I did in the Walmart parking lot. So Mona and I are gonna do a little walkabout and look at nature. Come on a nature walk with me. Come on, let's go see nature. This desert is teeming with life. Is it the most interesting life for some? Not necessarily, but I just stumbled across I don't think it's an ant migration where they like uproot their whole colony, but I think they're expanding their colony and their tunnels. It's really neat to see because, in normal lawns, you don't see them moving through. So in the desert, you can see them more clearly. And I've never really seen one in person. And it's just really neat to see the different workers or types of ants working together to move stuff. I think it's fascinating to watch, similar to like staring into a fire and kind of losing yourself. You're just watching these little things go on autopilot to make holes and move dirt and sticks and stuff. I don't know. I just think it's really cool. This is the opening that I found with all of the ants, and you can see that there's just a trail of them. Teamwork making the dream work. I mean, really, it's there all the way. Keep going, all the way from up here. It's a pretty vast distance in ant-sized world. Different ants, red bodies with black butts. What I am finding odd is that, when you're a kid, you like poke the fire ant hill and you kind of like destroy it a little bit. And the ants are like, oh my God, there's something happening. Attack the thing, fix the holes. These ants don't have that response. Both the big black ants and these little ants with red bodies and black butts. Watch. That's so weird. I've never seen like a flight response for an ant. If you can't tell, I thoroughly enjoyed my entomology classes or study of insects and bugs in college. I used to have like spiders when I was little. I would keep them in boxes. I would catch grasshoppers, ladybugs. I loved bugs. The only bug for some reason that I can't do is cockroaches. I have an irrational fear of cockroaches, and I've tried really hard to get over it. I've even held the disgusting, hissing Madagascar cockroaches that are just fat, and they use them in all the movies, and they're just, I don't know why, but they just gross me out. But after living in Guam for 3 years, which has a lot of cockroaches, not the hissing kind, but you know, German and American oriental cockroaches. They're in all the buildings. I had to get over it. So I can be in the same room as one, they can move across the floor, and I don't want to cry. When I was in the camper, Chris said, "Elspeth, there's an osprey," blah, 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 and I couldn't hear, so I stepped out, and as soon as I stepped out, I saw what he meant, and then the magic was gone. There's an osprey perched directly on top of the cactus in front of our truck camper, and it was very majestic looking for the half a second that I saw it before the osprey flew off because it made loud sounds. So I'm walking around just a farther distance from the campsite, and I went to this other tall cactus, and lo and behold, these osprey feathers are all over the ground right here. Boop, there's another one. 3. I also think not far from our camper lives a rabbit, because I see this round poop, and I used to have a rabbit, and they always look kind of like Cocoa Pebbles, and this looks like Cocoa Pebbles. I've only been walking for maybe 25 minutes, but I forgot that when the sun goes down, our dog knows that it is dinner time, and she's like jumping at the bit to go back. She knows that it's just down the road, that we just follow the road all the way back to the camper. You wanna go eat? I'm coming. I'm not moving fast enough for her. I'm just staying within line of sight. I wonder what would happen if I just sat or laid down. If she just continue walking, or she come back here. Oh, I'm okay. Oh, I'm okay. Thank you. Oh, oh, I'm okay. I'm okay. Did I collect the rabbit poop? No.
You phrase it like it's a dumb question that I asked you.
But I brought you the feathers because I ruined it. You and your buddy, I ruined your moment.
Oh, my moment we were having?
Yeah, a majestic moment. And then I made my loud sounds and your buddy flew away. So I got you the feathers.
Is there a dead bird out there that you collected those feathers from?
No!
Again, keeping it cheap, keeping it simple. These were on sale at Walmart when we slept there, and because we're not freeloaders, we bought some of these in Calexico before we crossed the border, and we are going to have them a little zhuzhed up with some tuna, but it's the adobo. It's kind of like a Filipino style tuna that we get at the Asian supermarket. Oh. And that is going to be delicious. It's a little bit chilly, but we're going to have something super simple because we just crossed the border, super tired. I just woke up from my nap, as you can tell from my nap face. We're going to have some of this yummies.
We do eat other things aside from ramen. Ramen's just easy and quick, and we get it out of the way. We'll do more fancy cooking things as we get settled, or we find a place that we want to stay for a couple days. But since we're just stopping real fast, spending the night, and moving on, it's simpler, easier, better.
And darling, on my wedding day I also had butterflies.
Look how big this bed is.
I thought you were home.
You got your own blankie and a bear. It's our morning allergy pill because the Booney dog is allergic to the world.
We're currently in what is right now looking on the internet at windy.com. This is the windiest part of the Baja Peninsula. And then last night it just snowed at the border crossing at Tijuana. So we're going to keep pushing south and hopefully find some warm, non-windy, non-rainy weather. It rained 12 hours last night. So let's go find some sunshine and maybe a place to go fishing. We got our home packed up. Mona's getting a little bit more exercise. We love places like this because we can just kind of let her follow the truck and burn off a little energy before we get on a 5-hour car ride today.
So thank you for joining us. This was our first full 24 hours in Baja, and it was an experience as it goes on this channel. But we are headed down to Guerrero Negro, hopefully a little bit warmer and a little less windy.
Hopefully we can get a fish in our bellies that we caught from the sea and feed ourselves with to save some money. So continue to look for some free camping and some delicious seafood that we procure ourselves, hopefully.
And remember, if you are a donor, Patreon, PayPal, what have you, you can choose Chris's next haircut featured on a video.
Go ahead, drop it in the comments. I really don't care what it is. You can tell by this channel, we really don't care about a whole lot, so.
No, pretty laid back. But anyway, we'll see you guys next episode.